Hello and welcome to the Queen's Couch Podcast with our amazing host, Dr. Tyniko Victoria. She curates a space for women where all women are encouraged to collaborate and do not collide. Join us on the couch tonight. Well, here we are, and we're back again. Welcome to another episode of the Queen's Couch. I'm your host, Dr. Tyniko Victoria, and tonight we are talking about a topic that resonates with us all: fear and courage. We're going to release fear and embrace courage to achieve our dreams tonight. Well, thank you for joining us, and let's get it popping. Hello, and welcome to the Queen's Couch. And as you see tonight, I do not have anyone as my guest tonight. Tonight is all about fear and courage. And listen, we're on this journey together. We're on this journey together. Even on tonight, I had to embrace my fears and forge my courage to even be on here tonight with you. So tonight we're going to laugh, we're going to talk, we're going to have an amazing time tonight. So let's get into it. I want to take you on a journey. Have you ever been fearful? Is there something you've ever been fearful of? Growing up, you might be afraid of the dark. You could have been afraid of um, an insect, snakes, well, those are things that we may have a phobia of. But tonight we're talking about recognizing the fears that you have that keep you stuck, it holds you back, and it prevents you from reaching your full potential. So, have you ever thought about starting a business? Have you ever thought about even dating? Getting out of your comfort zone. So many things could be holding you back. But tonight, we're talking about how we're going to release our fears and embrace courage. Now, listen, fear and courage, they go hand in hand. Believe it or not, they do. They're both present at the same time, and you have to make a decision about what you're going to do. So, the first thing, when you're fearful, you feel a lot of emotions. You may feel anxious. You may feel nervous. Listen, coming on this podcast tonight without a guest, could you imagine? I felt so many emotions from nervousness to being anxious. And I've never met a stranger. I'm always talking. I'm always, saying, listen, let's talk, let's chat. I meet people, we're talking all the time. But what was holding me back? What was those things that was stopping me from saying, hey, girl, you got this. Listen, being able to start this podcast by yourself without a guest, that's a big milestone for you. So come on and forge that energy. So that's what I had to do. So we're going to talk about it tonight. I prayed a little bit. I listened to some music a little bit, but I got on here and I'm doing it. And we're doing it together. We're doing it together. It's not that it's not fearful, but together we're on this journey of releasing our fears and embracing courage. So I want you to take a deep breath. Oh, that was a lot. We're going to take another deep breath. We're going to get some music. How about let's do that? We're going to take a deep breath and we're getting ready to dive in. So if you have a fear and there's a fear that you're thinking about, I want you to, one, identify what that fear is. For me tonight, it was coming on solo. But for you, it could be starting a business. You want to leave and explore a new city. You want to make a change in your career and go for a promotion, or even start your own side hustle, your own business. Go back to school. There could be so many things. So I want you to think about that fear and we're going to release it tonight. Let's think about it. I'm giving you a minute to think about it. That's right. So we had to think about it. So let's start by identifying fear. What is fear? Fear often disguises itself in so many different ways, in forms of anxiety, self doubt, the big one, the P word, procrastination, even perfectionism. You don't want to start because I just need it perfect, or you keep putting it off. You keep saying, you know what, I'm going to go back to school. And then you say it one year, and then 1 year rolls around, and then you put it on your vision board again and you say, hey, I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to start a new venture. You put it on your vision board every year, but procrastination stops you. Self-doubt. You're thinking to yourself, I don't know if I really can do it. Can I really do it? Can I really go out and achieve this thing that I've been dreaming about? You know how you want it to look. You know what it will feel like once you achieve this goal. But procrastination, perfectionism, and even self doubt has caused you to be stuck and not living in your full potential. So, understanding the roots of that fear is the step to overcoming it. So, for me, let's talk about me tonight. Tonight, coming on here, being able to talk by myself when I'm always talking, what was that fear rooted in? It really was rooted in always being told I need to be quiet. I talk too much. I'm always talking. I'm talking so much. So those fears came. Well, how would someone want to hear me? Would anyone want to hear me? Would anyone want to hear what I have to say? Was what I had to say valuable to people? So that was the root cause, because I know that I can do this, but my own self doubt was stopping me. So when that self doubt came up, what did I have to do? I thought about, you think about it, you say, everyone's telling you, hey, let's release the fear, embrace courage. Yeah, that's easier said than done. That's not as easy. It sounds so good, sis. It's queen. It sounds good when you're saying it. When somebody's telling you, just don't worry about fear. Just grab on to courage and just do it. You know how you hear people, they're telling you, they're giving you this advice, but no one's telling you the true grit and what it takes to really overcome fear. Like, I'm saying it loosely and I'm saying, yeah, just embrace courage, but it takes some steps. And they're not easy steps. And some things you may be bold and courageous in, and you're stepping out. And then some things, it may take the process to be able to say, you know what? I'm really fearful in this area. I'm really afraid in this area. I don't know what I'm going to do. So the first step is acknowledging that fear. So if you have a fear tonight, whatever that fear is, let's acknowledge it. Admit that you are afraid. It's okay to say you're afraid. It's okay to express your feelings. I know we often say we're strong and we can keep going, but it's okay to admit that you are afraid. It's okay to admit you have doubt about certain things in your life. It's okay. There's a certain power in naming your fear. So when you name that fear, you acknowledge them, they lose that control over you. Like tonight's thing, I told my friends, I told some people that are really close to me, that kind of we're really close. And I said, tonight I'm fearful and I don't know why. And I had to acknowledge that. And once I acknowledged it, it no longer had control over me. I didn't feel as anxious as I did before. And so when I think about that, I think about what God said, what God said to Joshua. And he said, be strong and courageous. So when he said be strong and he said be courageous, that had to mean that Joshua had some type of fear. And maybe he prayed to God and said, I'm fearful about taking on this new task. I'm fearful about being this forerunner, this trailblazer. But God said, be strong and be very courageous, and to meditate on the book of the law. And the book is the Bible that I'm talking about. It might be a Bible scripture, it might be an affirmation, but meditate on that thing that's going to help you overcome that fear. So that leads me into number 2. You've named it, you acknowledged it, and then you're going to reframe your thought. Instead of thinking, what if I fail? I want you to say, what if I succeed at this thing? Man, what if I go out there and I knock this thing out the park? Like, I go out there, I start this business. Man, listen, I make so much on my side hustle. I can fire my job and live my dream. What if I succeed? And so oftentimes we have all the what ifs about what if we don't, what if we fail? What if we fail? But guess what? What if you succeed? Focus on the potential possible outcome versus the negative one. So, as I'm taking you on this journey with me tonight, and I was a little fearful to come on this podcast without interviewing someone, I had to reframe it. I said, what if I don't know what to say? What if I stumble over my words? What if there's dead air time? What if? But I reframed my thoughts and I said, you know what, Nico, what if you get on there and being transparent and telling your guests, your women, your queen tribe, hey, you know what? I was fearful tonight, but I had to reframe my thoughts. What if the women are touched? What if one woman, because I wasn't afraid to go on and say, I'm afraid, conquered their fear, and they stepped out and they had success. And that's what it's all about. Being on the Queen's Couch is all about us here together, collaborating, sharing who we are. And guess what? Overcoming our fears together. Listen, I'm on this healing journey myself, and overcoming fears is a part of it. It's not easy. So we talked about it. We acknowledged the fear. We reframed our thoughts to think of positive outcomes to replace all of the negative things. So I'm going to give you a homework assignment today. I want you to write out that one thing that you're fearful about doing, that one thing in your life that you want to do. It could be going back to school, starting a business, dating, just even moving to a new city, being more social, writing a book. So I want you to write that one thing there, that I'm fearful to write this book. Then I want you to write down all the things that could happen if you failed, your self doubt, whatever that is. And then I want you to look at it and I want you to rephrase that thing and say, you know what? I can achieve greatness. So instead of saying, I can't go back to school because I'm too old, I want you to say, you know what? I'm going back to school too, and I'm able to focus more because I have more time. I can adjust my schedule and I'm flexible. When I achieve this goal, I'm going to be achieving this goal. It could be for your children, for yourself. It's going to put me in a better place. I'm going to think about how great you're going to feel when you accomplish that goal. That's just my homework tonight. And number 3, I want you to take small steps. Courage doesn't mean that you're taking these giant leaps at a time. Nah. Listen, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean, hey, I got this dream to own this 6-figure business. And that means you're going to go out tomorrow, quit your job, and just start the business. We're going to take that. And some people do that. But what I'm saying is get a name, open your LLC, Market yourself. Baby steps. And as each step you take in courage, in strength, in faith, you are going to look back and see that I'm stepping, I'm making steps. And then at one point, you're going to have so much courage. You're going to be able to leap out and do that one thing that you've ultimately wanted to do. So, for example, if you're thinking about dating, you may first want to say, what am I looking for? Working on first start by dating you. How would it feel to go on a date? What do I expect from a date? So start that way. What are conversations that I need to have? Make baby steps. I'm going to be social. I may want to get online. I may even be smiling because sometimes as women, there may be a lot of guys that may approach us and we are so focused. So be in the moment of your day, be happy, smiling. So that may be a small step that you take and you say, listen, I'm going to take a baby step of guess what? Just smiling. When I see someone smiling, when someone sees me and I smile, that's going to open the door up for someone to approach me. And when they approach me, I'm not going to say no. I'm going to, when they say, hey, can I have your number? You're going to smile politely and say, of course. That's a simple step. Now, you haven't even been asked on the date yet, but you took a leap of courage to open yourself up to meet someone new. Now, that is a small step. And then what I want you to do next, we've already acknowledged our fear, we reframed our thoughts, we took small baby steps. I want you to start visualizing your success. So for me, I'm on this journey and I'm losing weight. So I started a health kick, and I'm just doing a lifestyle change. So I've lost 8 pounds. 8 pounds. So what I've done is I had a picture of myself at my goal weight I want to get at. And that picture was about 10, it was at my 39th birthday. 39th birthday. And so I have that picture and it's on my phone. So I visualize every time I look at my phone, I get a vision of, hey, I'm getting this 85 pounds off. I'm getting it off. I'm 8 down. I got a few more pounds to go. And so I keep that before me and I visualize that goal. Is it tough walking? Because I used to run. So is it tough saying, you know what? I'm changing the way I'm eating. I want to be healthy for me. I want to lose the weight. So I had to visualize how successful I'm going to be when I lose the weight. I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to feel better. I'm not going to be as sluggish. So I'm thinking about all the things that happen. So if your goal is something tangible that you can see, get a picture of it. If your goal is to be more social, listen, start watching videos of um, social events and getting excited about being social and not talking yourself out of it. And last but not least, the final thing is to surround yourself with support. Queens, we're not in this alone. I'm here. This whole community of queens are here to encourage you, to let you know that it is possible to release your fears and take courage. Courage and fear are both simultaneously there, but you're going to have to choose courage. You're going to have to choose it. It's a thing that you're going to have to do, it's something that you're going to have to decide. Choosing courage is what you're going to do. I know that was a lot. Let's think about that as we let's take that all in. Let's take that all in. Are y'all do you all want let's take that all in for a second. Because that was a lot. Let's take it in. That was a lot, Queens. So, as we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with this thought. Fear is a natural human experience, but it doesn't have to define you. You have the power to overcome with courage, to take control of your narrative, and pursue your dreams with unwavering determination. Remember, every great achievement begins with this decision. So take the first step, embrace your fears, and move forward with courage. Your dreams are waiting on you, Queen. Thank you for joining me today on the Queen's Couch podcast. It was amazing, and we're on this journey together. And I'll be back next week, finding out, did you take a leap of faith? Did you embrace the amazing life and potential that you have ahead? I hope you did. And I want to tell you, thank you for being my special guest. I'll see you next week. And remember, everything begins with a decision. And I hope you choose to release your fears and embrace courage so that you can live the life that you always imagined. And until next week, you've been on the Queen Couch with Dr. Tyniko Victoria. I'll see you soon. Have a great one. Hello and welcome to the Queen's Couch podcast with our amazing host, Dr. Tyniko Victoria. She curates a space for women where all women are encouraged to collaborate and do not collide. Join us on the couch tonight.